Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about what is wrong with my 2021 Honda Civic Type R. Here's the things that I've been going through for the past month or two. So yeah, let's get to this and let me tell you all about the what's happened. For starters, I know that you can see that the stock wheels are on. The reason why the stock wheels are on is because the tires on the rears, I was going to replace two of them for two new ones. The place actually found about an inch size crack behind the barrel of the wheel. So yep, another crack in the tees. The tees. Now you guys are probably wondering, are forged wheels really worth it? I don't know. Your boy got two cracks and two wheels. Shaking my head. The TEs were abused and tracked. The previous owner, before him, tracked it and didn't get an alignment on those tires and everything. So, I mean, I don't know what he did, but there was duct tape on the wheel, the barrel of the wheel and everything, and it just looked crazy. But I can show you guys a clip of what I found. It's pretty funny, actually. I don't know what he was trying to hide. This is the inside barrel of the TEs. As you guys can see right there. There's a crack, and this is the duct tape I'm talking about. Yeah, that's about a good inch. All right, so the second thing that's wrong with my car, I think it's the wheel bearing, but we jacked it up, we checked it out, we checked even all of it actually. E-brake on, e-brake off. After he checked it out, he said it's the pillow ball bearing, and so the pillow ball bearing needs to be replaced. He basically said that the pillow ball bearing cost more labor-wise than the actual wheel bearing if it does need to get replaced. So in the next couple of clips, I'm gonna show you guys a video of me jacking up the car and showing you guys how much play the wheel has. At first, I thought it was the wheel bearing, but again, my mechanic told me it was the coilovers, pillow ball bearing, and the strut. No wheel should be doing that. No wheel should be doing that at all. And I actually go to the other side and show you guys too. I just wanted you guys to see what you guys think. Could this be a wheel bearing issue, or do you think it's my coilovers? And mind you, my coilovers is basically brand new. The final thing for today's video is the Type R actually got hit. I know. Are the damages fine? Let me show you. So the person that hit me or backed into me hit me in the area around here, but this is just dirt and like me touching it. So don't mind that. But there wasn't really any big significant damage to it, thank God. But yeah, I'll explain more in the video of what exactly happened and what got to that point. Your boy was at a drive-through Dunkin's just waiting in line, you know, on a beautiful Monday. I'm just sitting there chilling for like a good 5 minutes. The line was actually long, but yeah, out of the corner of my eye, I see a car reversing pretty aggressively and quick, at least like, I don't even know, like three to 5 miles per hour. And I'm like, ooh. And then she steps on the brake and I see it and I'm like, okay, she stops, but then she backs up even more, foot off the brakes, just letting it go. And then she goes, poof. My whole car shakes and I'm like, did she feel it? Ma'am, it was a woman. Ma'am, I shouldn't have said it like that. It was a woman is crazy. I'm just saying, like if a man would have hit, if it was a guy, I would have been like, it was a man. Like there's no, it was a woman is crazy. In all seriousness, she hits me and I chase after her. She takes a left and there's like a truck like letting her go, and I just zoomed, I zipped it right behind her, and I was like, I don't care right now. She done hit my car, I'm coming after her. And she doesn't stop. I'm following her for like a good mile, and we come to a red light and I'm looking at her honking and she's just looking straight as if nobody exists. She's in her own world. Everyone else is an NPC. And I'm like, beep, 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 beep. And she just keeps going. I follow her after for a good 3 to 5 miles. She gets to Panera Bread. Now, mind you, she was at Dunkin's earlier, a Dunkin's / gas station, because they're both intertwined and connected. So she goes to Panera Bread. I'm like, okay, so she was in a rush to get a coffee, clearly. As I was following her to Panera Bread, I was on the phone with one of the dispatcher, because I called 911, and she was basically saying to follow her until she stops. And she eventually stops, but she had to put me on the line with an officer around the area. And he was asking me what was going on. And I told him everything, how I tried to get her attention. I don't know if she's oblivious to what just happened, but I've been honking at her, beeping at her, following her, and she just is not looking my way. So then I was telling him that I don't know if the damage is bad or not, and he tells me to go confront her and just stay on the line to see if we're willing to go through car insurance and if they need a police officer in the area to obviously write a police report. I'll call him back if anything. And so we hung up. So then I go in and I'm like, putting on my big butt pants a little bit. What? So I walk in there and I confront her and say, hi, excuse me, you hit my car earlier at Dunkin's. And she goes, no, I didn't. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna be this type of day now. She literally like declined it right off the rip. She goes, no, I didn't. And I was like, yeah, you hit me at the Dunkin's back there. She was like, I wasn't at a Dunkin's. And I was like, ma'am, you literally hit my car. I was on the phone, I called the police and everything, and they got all your information. From then, as soon as I said I called the police and like they got your information and license plate and everything, she was like, let's go take a look at it actually. So we go outside. I'm just here waddling. As we get outside, we go to the back of our cars. I show her the damage. Damage thankfully wasn't too bad, as I said earlier, but there was paint marks, her paint marks. Like there was black scuffs all around the area, but thankfully it wasn't too deep or anything, and I just kind of rubbed it out after I cleaned it. But I didn't clean it then. I was kind of pissed because you don't really know the extent of the damage at the time. Luckily, there was no broken clips or anything, and everything seemed to be intact. We go to the back, we look at the damage. She goes, oh, I can see where the damage is. She was like, I'm so sorry. And I goes, yeah. I was like, I didn't know if you were trying to run from me and this and that. She was like, oh, I would never run. I have kids. They're all off into college or whatever. I would never do such a thing. She was like, I'm getting old. And blah, mind you, this woman is like in her mid 40s. I don't know. I don't really want to judge like that. She looked to be in her mid 40s, maybe more, but whatever, 40s. She basically was like, oh, you know what I think it was when I did hit your car? And I'm like, oh, there's confirmation when she said hit. She was like, here, let me show you. So we go, walk to her car. She pops her trunk open and she have bags of like big old textbooks or something. And she said that when she drives around town, usually those books fall or hit against her like trunk. And she said that those thumping noise, that's what she thought it was. Now, mind you, I told her at the time, I was like, oh, it's understandable. I could see where you might have thought that those thump was you maybe not bumping into somebody, rear-ending somebody. But she basically said that, and I was like, oh, yeah, I could kind of see that, whatever. So she was like, what do you want to do? Do you want a police officer to come and write a police report? Do you want to exchange insurance, exchange phone numbers? And I was like, we could just exchange phone numbers for now. Because like I said, looking at the damage, I don't think the damage was enough for us to call insurance and go through insurance and raise our premiums like that. I mean, if there was a dent, I would have called. If there was a deep scratch, I would have called. No, I'm just kidding. A deep scratch, I don't know. That probably could get buffed out, but we exchanged phone numbers and we went on our day, and no police got involved, no police report. But I did ask the officer. He actually called me back and he was like, hey, is everything good? Did you guys end up, figuring things out? And I was like, oh yeah, we just exchanged phone numbers. The damage doesn't seem to be too bad. So we're just gonna see how much the estimate is to get it buffed out and fixed and not have to go through insurance. And he was like, okay. And then I asked him too, I was like, do you think you can record this call so that way if anything were to pop up, if she said I hit her in some way or whatever, if I'm able to defend myself in that situation? And he said, yeah, we can record the log. But he did say, since the officer is not there to write a police report, it still can go 50-50. But in this case, since you asked to record the call, he was like, this will help you in case anything ever happens. I was like, cool. So I go into work all, tensed up. A couple hours later into the shift, about like 3 hours later, or 2 to 3 hours later, She actually texted me and apologized and said she was so sorry and everything, and that to let her know how much the estimate would be to get it buffed out so she can send me the money, and she even sent me her email. So to me, for her to go text me first instead of me texting her first shows a lot, and that she did admit to her fault. I don't like it when people don't take accountabilities for their actions. That's one thing that really like gets to me. If you made a mistake, just say you made the mistake, so that way, you know, you're not looking dumb in the end. I always feel like if you lie a lot, those lies are gonna come back and come back around, and it's not gonna make sense. And if you just don't admit to your mistakes, you're never gonna learn and grow. Your word's not gonna hold. Your word's not gonna hold anything. No value. At the end of the day, don't lie. Admit to your mistakes and stop being stupid. I'm just kidding. Your boy has been going through some 50-50 wheel bearing issue, 50-50 coil over issues. I'm not too sure about one of those two, but I'm probably gonna buy those pillow mounts for the RSR's coilovers to see if that fixes it. If not, wheel bearing it is. They both literally cost the same. My mechanic told me it'd actually be cheaper if it was the wheel bearing because the labor isn't as much as obviously taking off the coilovers and doing all that. And then also too, the crack in the TEs, bummer, because I just got one of them welded. It was a pretty big crack for my tires to be leaking that quick. So yeah, I could honestly put them on now because that wheel or that tire was not losing air at all. Like I wouldn't even have noticed it if I didn't even switch out for a brand new tire. I'm probably just gonna be safe, get it welded so that way the crack doesn't get any bigger. And yeah, your boy got hit. The Type R got hit. Video. My Type R gets hit. Major damage. I won't do that. But it did get hit though. I was pissed. I was pissed at the time too. I have a clip of me like, I was popping off. I was like, this lady hit me. I'm chasing her. She's so stupid. I might blur out her license plate and throw that clip in. If I don't throw the clip in, it's because I want her information and license plate so, you know, nobody looks it up and be safe. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give the video a like. Comment anything you guys got down in the comment section below. If any situation of you getting rear-ended or some person was denying their mistakes when clearly they got caught. I'm sure I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. But yeah, don't forget to also subscribe to your boy to not miss out on any future content. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. 밤이 오면 항상 turn the lights out. Tell me where you want it. Baby, you're the one I